My sister-in-law robbed me, assaulted me, and turned my whole family against me. But I got the ultimate revenge in court. My sister-in-law stole my heirloom earrings passed down from my great-grandmother, then physically attacked me. So I had her arrested and filed charges. Shockingly, my family stood with her. My own brother even tried faking evidence to cover for her. They had come over for dinner at my parents' house when I finally confronted her. During the meal, I calmly asked her where my heirloom earrings were, the ones she had stolen from my room. Then I pulled out the hidden camera footage I'd installed in my bedroom. It clearly showed her sneaking in, digging through my drawers, and pocketing the earrings. Before anyone could even react properly, my brother jumped in to defend her, saying she had a good reason. I asked what that could possibly be, and she shamelessly admitted she pawned them to pay for their wedding. I lost control at that point. I called her a thief and demanded my parents call the police because I was pressing charges. But she wasn't having it. She stormed over and slapped me hard across the face. Before I could react, she yanked my hair, screamed obscenities, and smashed a glass on my head. Blood was instantly pouring down my face. Through my blurred vision, I saw my mom nervously calling 911 from the living room. Cops showed up within minutes and immediately noticed my injuries. When they asked what had happened, I explained the situation while my sister-in-law frantically tried to interrupt and twist the story. Through my blurred vision, I saw my mom nervously calling 911 from the living room. Cops showed up within minutes and immediately noticed my injuries. When they asked what had happened, I explained the situation while my sister-in-law frantically tried to interrupt and twist the story. The officers became suspicious and requested to see the footage. Once they saw her on video stealing from me, they didn't need any more proof. She was arrested in front of everyone. Honestly, a part of me felt relief. Emily, that's her name, had always been obsessed with attention. Every family event had to be about her. She acted like some glamorous celebrity hosting grand affairs. But behind the scenes, she and my brother were drowning in debt. She wanted the wedding to be something out of a Hollywood movie. Luxurious venue, top-tier flowers, elite caterers. All of it. But she had no money. They were maxing out credit cards, applying for loans, and faking a life they couldn't afford. My brother David just enabled her delusions. He had a terrible track record with women, always dating the flashy, surface-level types who cared more about material things than real connection. Emily was just another version of the same mistake, and he had convinced himself she wasn't that bad. He thought he'd never find anyone else. So when she was arrested for stealing the earrings, David did exactly what I expected. He bailed her out that very night. It didn't matter that she betrayed our family and physically assaulted me. Later that evening, David came to my place, furious. He told me I was being dramatic, said the earrings weren't valuable anyway, and that Emily needed them for their wedding. According to him, since Emily was part of the family now, she had just as much right to those earrings as I did. That sent me over the edge. I told him it wasn't about money. It was about family, about honoring our great-grandmother. I couldn't believe he couldn't see how deeply hurt I was. She assaulted me and stole from me, and I was being painted as the problem. Rather than acknowledging the truth, David started turning the narrative against me. He told the rest of the family that I was jealous of Emily and always trying to cause drama. He even told our cousins that I had given Emily the earrings as a wedding present. What hurt the most? My parents began to believe him. David had always been the favorite, the youngest, the golden child. It didn't take much for him to twist their perception of me. He played the role of the noble husband protecting his wife. A few days later, my mom called me. I could tell immediately what the call was about. The hesitance in her voice gave it away. She started with small talk, awkward and forced, before finally admitting she had spoken with David. According to her, he told her the real story, and she found it all very disappointing. Then she said I should apologize to Emily. Apologize? For confronting a thief? For getting assaulted and having glass broken over my head? My chest tightened. I realized then and there, she didn't care about what actually happened. She just wanted everything to look okay. She wanted to save face in front of the family. I hung up, Soon, the entire extended family was divided. Half of them believed David's lies. The rest supported me. I couldn't believe what was happening. My own blood, turning on me to defend someone who hurt me. So I took action. I filed official charges against Emily. I wasn't going to let her walk away without consequences. If David wanted to protect her no matter what, so be it. But I wasn't going to be manipulated into thinking I was the villain here. As soon as I made it official, David doubled down. He told anyone who'd listen that I was being greedy and petty, that I only wanted money. He said I was jealous because I wasn't married yet and couldn't handle him being happy with Emily. Family members who had initially supported me started to waver, asking if I was being too harsh. They wondered if legal action was too extreme. I knew I couldn't fight this alone. I hired an attorney. With security footage, proof of the sale, and medical reports from the assault, I thought we had a clear case. But David wasn't finished. He started actively sabotaging my case. My lawyer discovered that David was bribing distant relatives to testify against me. He paid them to say I'd told them I didn't care about the earrings, that I had gifted them to Emily. It was a total fabrication. Then came the fake text messages. David created screenshots that looked like I had texted Emily saying she could borrow the earrings anytime. One even said, "Keep them if you want." They were incredibly convincing. My stomach dropped when I saw them. But my lawyer dug deeper. One of the relatives David had bribed eventually confessed. They admitted David had pressured them and even paid them to lie in court. David wasn't just defending Emily. He was launching a full campaign to ruin me. The trial was tense. The day we walked into court, I could feel the weight of it all. My lawyer presented everything, the footage, the pawn shop records, the medical evidence. But David's lies quickly started to unravel. One cousin broke under cross-examination and admitted he had been paid to lie. Then a family friend confessed to the same. One by one, his witnesses fell apart under oath. Then we brought in a digital forensic expert. They confirmed the text messages were fake, altered, and fabricated. The judge was furious. David was arrested right there in the courtroom for obstruction and witness tampering. They took him out in cuffs. Emily, meanwhile, was found guilty of theft. The evidence against her was overwhelming. The judge awarded me the full value of the earrings, plus something I wasn't expecting. Turns out, my grandmother had left me a small inheritance in a trust. But my parents and David had been managing it secretly, without telling me. David had spent a portion of it on himself, believing I'd never find out. That final betrayal stung more than anything else. Seeing my mom in court that day, completely wrecked by what had unfolded, broke my heart. She had spent months trying to hold the illusion of family unity together. But now, David was going to prison, and she had to face what he truly was. The trust was transferred to me. For a while, I didn't even want to touch the money. It felt tainted by everything that had happened. But eventually, I realized I needed to breathe, to get away. So I booked a trip to the Cayman Islands. Somewhere far, somewhere peaceful. It was ironic, the money David tried to steal from me was now funding my escape, while he sat behind bars. On that beach, for the first time in forever, I felt peace. I swam. I read. I relaxed. It was just me, no lies, no betrayal, no courtroom. Now David is in prison. Emily's name is mud. My parents are trying to make things right, but I'm not sure if I can ever forget how easily they doubted me. I get my brother out of my life completely. As for the rest of the family, I keep my distance.